What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Shout out to Hobo Bob. He just got home from the army. Welcome home, brother. So, let me just kick it off like this. A person cannot force herself upon another person in the California prison system. An individual who would try such a thing would get dealt with swiftly and severely. So based on that, I was under the impression and even took pride in the fact that it didn't happen here. Didn't happen here. We don't have weirdos like that in our prison system, you might have heard me say, but it definitely does happen here on the DL. Because anything can happen when two people are locked in a cell together. And now this story I'm getting ready to tell you is just crazy. I only heard about it by sheer chance. But this dude, who used to be a real good homeboy of mine, forced himself on a dude in a California prison cell, then came across him on the streets and dug him for seconds. Trip on that. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. And let's start like this. That dude used to be a good friend of mine. I've known him ever since the county jail days. I know him since my second violation. We jumped a Southsider together in county jail. Everyone said, you guys are crazy. You're going to get broke off for that. Which we almost did. We got jumped later. He got it worse than I did. He got jumped to county. They didn't get me to Wasco. But there's 3 of us in a pod. In a cell, 3 of us in a cell. Me, him, and a Southsider. There's another Southsider down the tier who's making some pisto, homeboy. We pitched in on it. Me and my homeboy actually pitched in some apples and some juice and sugar. The Southsider that was with us pitched in nothing. But he asked his homie, hey, let me get some. And his homie said, sure, no problem. And he started sending cups down. But the cups he sent down was mine and my homeboy's since we pitched in on it. But he, the Southsider, was trying to grab them. Say, no, that's mine. My homeboy shot that. And we said, no, you don't get yours right off the top. You didn't pitch in. You're just getting a love cup. He's just looking out for you. We actually pitched in. This is our batch too. We're getting ours right off the top. You have to wait. He had a problem with that, starting getting grabby, so we just jumped him. And was like, that's crazy. You're going to get broke off for that. Oh, well. Another situation. Dude. There's this guy who just got out of prison. I just got out of prison too, but this dude, I've been out a month. This dude been out a day or two. He was talking a bunch of bezo about me, homeboy. He was talking a bunch of crap about me. It got back to me. People said, this dude's talking bad about you. So I went and found him at a house. I said, hey, what's up, bro? What's going on? Everything cool? He kind of had a little bit of attitude. He was edgy, but he's like, yeah, we're cool. We shook. Then I left, and I started getting phone calls. He was at it again, running his mouth, talking bad about me. So I said, fuck all that, bro. I took homeboy, who I'm getting to this videos about, who's now currently a POS. I had him, and I had 2 other homeboys with me. We smashed over there. But on the way, I stopped at a cigarette store. We went inside. I said, everybody pick yourself out a pocket knife. I got myself one. Homeboy got hit. We all got one. We all got ourselves a pocket knife. I paid for him. We got in the car. We drove over there. We got out of the car to go inside, all 4 of us with our brand new pocket knives, just to push up on homeboy tough while he has my name in his mouth. 2 of the dudes wouldn't go in. One acted like he lost his contact. He's like, whoa, bro, hang on. He got out of the car, but he was looking around. One got his phone, acted like he had a real important phone call. It was too much for them. The homeboy pushed up inside there with me. We went in there, and the dude who was running his mouth about me had a piece like this big in his pocket. And we came aside, we came for him, he took it out, and he threw it in the sink, and he didn't want none, and then we squashed it for real. But dude's been my homeboy for a long time, and he's a solid-ass dude, or so I thought. Here's where it gets weird. I get out of prison. This dude is in Avenal State Prison. He starts calling me on my cell phone. I don't even know how he got my number, but he starts calling me. He's like, Splinter, what's up, brother? He's like, dude, I'm in trouble. I'm in debt. I owe $200 to the Southsiders. He's like, they're going to move on me. He goes, who do I have to watch out for? Who's going to get me? Is it going to be the Southsiders or the Woods? I said, dude, you know it's going to be the Woods are going to get you. Since I was sitting pretty good, I had just sold a house I inherited. I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and squash that debt. I'll pay for it, just based on. Since I'm sitting fat, you've been a friend of mine for a long time. And as a matter of fact, it was his birthday right around then. I said, not only am I going to pay that debt, I'm going to give a couple extra bucks so that you can spend it as you like and have yourself a good birthday. Get yourself some more, homeboy. Get yourself a cup, get yourself some smoke, get some drink, whatever. Have fun, brother. I'm going to give you some extra money for your birthday. Because the old lady, my girlfriend that I had at the time, who I was living with, was also a good friend of him. So I said, happy birthday from us. He was happy. We started talking. Then he came up with a plan. He's like, dude, he is a hustler. I'll give him that too. Dude knows how to make money. He's always powerballing. Came up with a plan. He's like, dude, come up with product, bag it up. I'll send someone to you. You just have to meet them at the store, hand it off to them. That's all you have to do. Get the product and bag it up, hand it off, and you're going to start making money. Because they're going to take that and bring it in. I'm going to take it and do what I do with it, and you're going to make money. All you have to do is sit at home and watch the money stack up. I said, okay, sounds good. That is how it works. I went out and got some product, bagged it up, called the person he told me to call, met him at the store, gave it to him. They were supposed to take it in the next day. He was supposed to get it, do, make a bunch of money. Everybody's happy. Instead, I get a text from him like, hey, bro, Eagle didn't land. It's all bad. Dude got scared. It's all fucked up. Ugh. And I was like, what? A text. See, I had a cell phone in Avenal, so I was communicating with him. It wasn't his cell phone. He was borrowing it off somebody. He just texted me, all bad. Eagle didn't land. So I start texting back. What? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Give me more information. Call me. What's going on? Avoided me. Had nothing to do with me. Where's my stuff at, though? No one's calling me saying, hey, we couldn't get it in there. We want to give it back. A day or two went by. I'm calling the number to the people I met at the store trying to get my stuff back. I'm chasing them all over Bakersfield and calling them. And no one inside Avenal State Prison is helping me. They just left me hanging like a set of nuts. Finally, I harassed these people enough. They came and met me, and I got my stuff back. As soon as I have my stuff back, homeboy who's in prison, this POS, used to be my dog, calls me up. Hey, bro, I apologize, went bad. He's like, I said, no, man, fuck you, dude. I got no conversation for you. Eat a bowl of dicks. After everything I did for you, you're going to leave me hanging when you couldn't make it in, and you didn't want to help me try to get it back from those people? I don't know those people. You're the one who hooked me up with them. You didn't try to call them and say, give it back to me. You just left me hanging up to get it on my own. Now I have it back, and you want to call, and everything's cool. Everything ain't cool. Pound it, bro. And he said, but chip out, though, dude. I'm in debt. I'm in debt again. They're going to get me. He's like, because based on thinking I was going to get that, thinking I was going to hit and it was going to come in, I got in debt. Because then I was just going to pay it when your stuff landed in here. And I'm like, oh, well, sorry about your luck. I don't know what to tell you. So he had a big old debt. He was stuck with it. They were going to move on him. He decides to roll it up. He PCs it up, and he goes and gets the cops. Say, I can't be here. I'm scared. And how I knew that was after about a week after I told him I can't help you. I got no conversation for you. I get a phone call. They're like, hey, this is the dude's in Avenal. Your homeboy rolled it up. He had a debt. He couldn't take care of it. He rolled it up. He's not here no more. I said, yeah, it figures. He said, no. The messed up part about it is, though, he took a youngster with him. There's another little youngster from Bakersfield here who was not in debt, who was not in trouble, who was cool to program, cool to kicking on the yard, and that fool somehow got in his ear, got in his head, manipulated him, and talked him into rolling it up and leaving the yard and rolling it up with them. That's what everybody's mad about, because he's ruined this youngster's career. The youngster could have kicked it. What in the hell? And this dude is a manipulator too. I'd say most convicts, career criminals, and career drug addicts who are in the game are good manipulators. That's where the saying comes from. Get your hand shook and your money took. There's many more sayings like that. This dude is, he's got a mouthpiece on him. He's a cold piece of work. He talked this youngster into rolling it up off the yard with him. That's last I heard of it. Trip on this. You guys know I live here with my cousin. She has a brother. Obviously, he's my cousin as well. Well, he always works is like a director of these drug programs, these in-house treatment facilities that a lot of times they have contracts with the state of California, with the prisons, and a lot of times these prisoners will come out of prison and go into these drug programs. They're like a halfway house. They're to help people, keep them off the streets, help them get jobs. Drug program. A lot of times you have convicts in there. Maybe the parole officer will send them. Maybe they'll come straight from prison. Maybe they're homeless. Drug program. My cousin's working there. All kinds of convicts end up showing up. So what he does is he tells me, hey, this dude showed up today. He has a Bakersfield on his stomach. He has a big skull right here. He has like a big lightning bolt right here. In fact, here's his name. And I'll say, oh yeah, that's my homeboy. He's like, should I show him love? And I say, definitely. So he'll go up to the dude. He won't tell him that he knows me. He'll just say, hey, you have a mandatory NA class that you have to complete. But you completed. I signed you off. Don't trip. Also, you're not supposed to get visits yet. But I'm going to let you go ahead and get a visit this weekend. Also, you're only supposed to get 2 days. I'm going to give you 3. Usually homeboys would be like, what? What's going on? He's like, just don't worry about it. You want all this extra love or what? So he'd show my homeboys love once he found out that I knew him. So he comes to me one day and says, hey, a dude showed up. He has a tattoo right here. He has this right here and this right here. And I said, yeah, I know him. He said, well, you want me to show him love? And I said, no. That dude eat a bowl of dicks. I just treat him like run-of-the-mill, but keep your eye on him. He's a slippery one. And I was like, he probably won't even stay. He's not going to stay in program. He's probably going to end up absconding. He's in and out all the time. He never even attempts to do good. He probably won't even be there long. But keep an eye on him. So, trip on this. It's a breakfast time. A couple of days after my homeboy's been there, it's a breakfast time. My cousin's working. He says it's not really mandatory breakfast, but he said he got a real weird feeling, a weird vibe, because the dude the POS, who's my homeboy, I've known for a long time, that just got there, and this youngster that had been there for a while weren't there to eat breakfast. And he says the last couple of days that dude's been there, my homeboy, the youngster who's been there a couple of months now, doing good, programming, everyone likes, the last 3 or 4 days, no one's even seen him. Come to think of it, ever since the dude came here from prison with all the tattoos, where's the youngster at? He always comes down for breakfast. No one's seen him. So my cousin kind of got a weird kind of feeling, went upstairs to where the rooms were at, went to go open the door, and had a dresser pushed up against it. So he pushes it open, he goes in there, and the dude, I can't even call him my homeboy, leaves a nasty taste in my mouth. A dude that I've known for a long time, might as well say just rest in peace, he's dead to me, brother, was forcing himself on youngster, on the streets, dude. I'm not saying it's cool to be a booty bandit in prison. I'm not saying that at all. It's the most uncool thing there is. But, and I'm not saying I can understand, and I'm not going to make any sort of excuse, but a booty bandit in prison, my brain thinks to myself, okay, we're dealing with a desperate individual. Someone was in a cell, their instincts came over them, they have no control, they're a sick motherfucker, and they just had no control, and they're a desperate individual. But on the streets, when you have females walking abroad, you have your choice of, just to go for seconds for this dude I'm getting ahead of myself. My cousin, push on the door, push it open, and notice that they had a dresser pushed up against the damn door. So he pushed it open, dude who I used to know, being foul, being straight up foul. So he said, what the fuck's going on? You guys here? And he didn't say nothing to the youngster because he knew that he was a victim. Long story short. He could tell what was going on here. He could tell he was dealing with a bully and a predator. So he turns to the dude I used to know and he says, pack your shit, the fuck out of here. And dude's like, no. I apologize. He's like a friend of mine. He's cool. Let me stay. If I leave, it's going to be a program failure. My officer will violate me. I'll end up back in prison. My cousin's like, I don't give a bizuck. I don't give a rip. Pack your shit. I'm going to kick you in the ass on the way out. Get your shit and get out of here, or you're going to leave without your shit. Matter of fact, I'm going to call your officer right now. So the dude's like, got stuff, and split. The youngster trip out on this. says, man, he was crying. He's like, man, and my cousin said, you could stay. Are you okay? Is everything good? He's like, that dude used to do that to me in prison. Wow. You see what happened there? That's the dude from Avenal. See what I mean? We probably already figured that out. But he said he used to do it to me in prison in Avenal. That's the dude that he may have rolled up with him at Avenal. And then when they went in the hole, I guess he took advantage of him while they're in the hole. That's probably why he made him roll it up with him. That's why he manipulated him so he could take him to the hole with him and treat him like a wife. And then he bumps into him in this men's home on the streets. I was like, I remember you. Let's same old song and dance. And the youngster was crying. Said, man, he manipulated me in prison. And he shows up here and did the same thing again. I can't think of anything more foul. And no love for that dude. You know the crazy, crazy part about it is, too? Is my house got raided back in the day. My house got raided. I was asleep. I was in bed. My mom came and beat on the door and said, Chris, the cops had the place surrounded. There was cops in my backyard. There was cops on the side of the house. And the front of the house had the place surrounded. And I'd only been out a couple months. Hardly no one knew where my house was. But I just right away assumed it was my brother. I blamed it on my brother mentally. Because me and my brother, this was a Tuesday morning now, and me and my brother had just gotten a big fight on Friday night in the garage. Me and my brother got in a big fight. He took off. I threw the broom at him. It got all crazy. And then he came. After I went to jail, he broke in and took some 20-inch rims. So I was like, yeah, see, he told on me, so he got me in jail. So he come in and break in, blah, blah. I just hyper-focused on my brother. I just knew that it was my brother who told on me. But dude, after some time, and I had some time to think about it, and I was like, no, wait a minute, you know who told on me? Is that POS, the dude from Avenal. He's the one. Makes perfect sense now. It wasn't my brother at all. Because when parole raided my house, and when they finally got me and I came out, they said, we have number 1 on the walkie-talkie. We have 1. You know who 2 was? My brother. My brother was wanted too. The person who snitched said that me and my brother were both there. They're hoping to get both of us. My brother left because we got into a fight on Friday night. But it was that POS, that punk motherfucker, that wolf in sheep's clothing. All this time, homeboy, I thought he was a good dude and a good homeboy, and he's a predator the whole entire time. And a snitch and a snake. I'm going to cut the string and let it fly. Peace.